many a times people don't realize that they are in unhealthy relationship while they are in relationships. It's only in hindsight or after a long time of suffering that they realize that something is not going right with them. It's not that they don't realize when it is happening. They do feel that something is not okay, but then there is also that strong part in them which refuses to believe that my partner is doing this to me or I am treated unfairly. And then you try with every bit of your mind and body to fight this thought. And then you feel that, okay, maybe I am it wrong. So it is important for us then to look at some of the pointers or red flags that indicates what can contribute to a difficult or an unhealthy relationship. Now, the way I've organized it, I have mostly organized it in terms of you and them. Okay, so I've organized it in such a manner for the easiness of my presentation. It is not to suggest that you are a victim or you are in an abusive relationship. It is also not to suggest in any way that, it's always your partner who does this. It is important for us to identify and recognize if some of these characteristics are there in us, in our partners, among our friends, or in their relationships. So let's have a look. Them, what are some of the things that they do which can be indicators of an unhealthy pattern in your relationship? Your partner sets demands and expects you to obey them no matter what, wherever and however you are. For example, they have told you that, and these are strict demands. So they have told you that, when I call you, you should pick up your phone at the second ring. And if that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter if you are with your family, it doesn't matter if you're in a difficult place, it doesn't matter if you are in your class. If I call, you have to answer. Otherwise, they face consequences. Consequences can be getting angry, they can hurl abuses at you, they can be controlling, they can be manipulating, make you feel bad in the most difficult manner. They can make threat or negative remarks with the intent to frighten or control you. Here, the intention is very important. They can monitor your calls, messages, friends, and have a total control over you. It is almost like a surveillance camera that is there 24/7. They make decisions that affect you without consulting you and discussing with you. Again, in the name of love. For example, they can get in touch with one of your friends, maybe of opposite gender, and then tell them that, I don't like you being in touch with my partner. And if at all you question that, it would be displayed in the name of love, and also to say that, okay, I am very possessive of you. I love you so much that I can't stand that, you are dividing my time with other people. It is my time. And then slowly and steadily by this, they reduce or they cut off your social support system. They can show passive aggressive behavior patterns. So some of it can be aggressive anger, out there behavior. The passive aggressive behavior patterns, if you don't recede to their demands, can be like they sulk, but will refuse to tell you why. And you keep going behind them asking that, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? But they refuse to tell you why. They can cancel plans, they can break things, they can talk bad about you, but wouldn't tell you, what upset them. They force you to do things that are not in your nature or comfort zone, invoking their love and also making you feel guilty for failing to show your love. So an example can be, okay, send me a picture of yours. And it can be a nude picture. And if you refuse to do that, that means that you don't trust me, that you don't love me. They ask for sex if you are not comfortable with that idea. Again, that shows that you don't love me. It can be demanding of expensive gifts, because this happens in both genders. It's not just men or women. It can be demanding of expensive gifts. If that is not met with, again, reasons to prove that you're not loved, you don't love me. They accuse you of not changing for them and for the relationship. They isolate you from your support systems. They make jokes that demean you, puts you down, and disregards you. If you call this out, then they tell you that, oh, you're too sensitive. You are so stuck up. You don't understand jokes. And then you start feeling that, okay, maybe I am. Maybe I should lighten up a bit. Place the love card all the time to avoid blame. Whatever they do is out of love. If they get angry, it is out of love. If they ask you to not do something, it is out of love. If you want them to behave in particular ways, that can be your choice of dress, where you go, who you be with, is all out of love. Ignores your opinions, feelings, and needs. Your partner makes you feel like everything that you do is wrong. They make you doubt yourself, your intelligence, and your sense of reality as a whole. In sum, they invalidate you. These are some of the strong indicators that your partner or your partner and you are engaging in an unhealthy relationship. Now, what are some of the feelings or some of the things that you might feel while being in this relationship? So all your friends, all your family, everyone is worrying for you. They warn you that, we don't feel this right. There's something that is not going okay. But you find yourself always making excuses for this partner and his behavior to your friends and your family. You find yourself focusing on something this person did for you years ago and avoid things that they do to you every day. For example, if they abuse you on an alternate basis, you think that's all right. But then the other day, when I was ill, he was the only one who stayed with me in the hospital, or he brought me an ice cream in the middle of the night. And he has it in him to do that for me. So these are things, these are minor faults that I can adjust. The constancies of, he has changed now, she's been so much better to me now, it's not like before, he or she is making efforts. And whenever you have a concern or a disagreement, you are met with anger, manipulation, or asked to prove your love and commitment. Your goals and experiences in life are no longer encouraged or celebrated. Your role in the relationship is only to support your partner and keep them happy. And because their words, their behavior, and their emotions, because of those, you find yourself always trying not to upset them. You're always tiptoeing and you don't know how to behave. You tend to lie, you tend to hide facts just not to upset this person. And then you sacrifice, you change, you try it again and again, and then you tell yourself it is for love. And you notice that they are almost always using their love to control your decisions and you and your life. And you are no longer the person that you used to be. You're always anxious, less confident, apologizing often, crying frequently, and panicking. Now, while we talk about these red flags, it is important to keep in mind that one, it's always about a degree of difficulty or unhealthiness or toxicity, so to speak. So things can range from minor events or one-off event, and then can be a constellation of events. So you need to be mindful that, okay, of all the list that we've spoken about, it's not so consistent, then you might have to weigh things accordingly. So it's not that, one of this ticks off for sure, or is it's a mandate that you are in a toxic relationship. Okay, so now realizing, if at all you realize that, okay, I am, or one of my friends is feeling some of the things that we've discussed, what can you do? Be honest with yourself. This is about the feelings, your thoughts. Sit with yourself. What is that you're feeling and how is that you're feeling, and trust your feelings. Trust your friends, your loved ones. What are they seeing? Often in relationship, you're blinded. You have blind spots and you don't tend to see everything which isn't real. But a well-wisher, somebody who cares for you, who's outside of this bind, gets to see certain things. And if they tell you that consistently, trust them. Recognize the toxicity if at all it is present. So some of the things that to look for is, in terms of A, B, C, D, A would be abuse, blame, criticism, and constant degradation. If at all you find yourself in such a relationship, then some of the things that you need to ask yourself, the first one is to ask yourself if I really want to fix my relationship. And if you feel yes, then you need to identify what aspects of your relationship are dangerous or unhealthy. And once you figure that out, you need to clearly communicate what your needs are. So most of these unhealthy aspects would be aspects that compromises your needs, puts your needs below somebody else's, and making you feel less as a person. So understand your needs, communicate to your partner clearly about your needs. Make changes. So changes are not just from the partner, it is also from you, in terms of, okay, if you have allowed certain things to happen which you realize that that was not okay for me to do certain things, make the changes. Don't allow yourself to continue in the same cycle. Stand up for yourself, say no, and then also decide what kind of ultimatum you're willing to issue to your partner. What are your deal breakers? It is very important for one to understand what one's deal breakers are in the relationship and to stand by it. If you feel that you aren't still in the relationship because you are scared for your safety or your partner's safety, because many a times it happens that partners threaten either to hurt you, your family, or themselves. So this can be physical harm. Hurt can be not just physical hurt, it can be emotional hurt or even social hurt, in terms of, I will expose you, I will expose your pictures, or I will do this to you, I will, a lot of blackmails. It can be even physical hurt, or they say that, okay, I will do something to myself if at all, you leave me. And when you ask yourself that, is this how I want to be treated for the rest of my life? Is this what I expect and envision in my relationship? And if the answer is no, then you should know. All right. Now, how do you do this? Once you realize that, okay, maybe this is not something that I want. First is to step out. When you have decided that to move on, the first step is telling your partner that this is over in loud and clear terms, and why you have made this decision. Now, if at all, and stick to your guns, stick to that no matter what. No matter what they tell you, there will be a lot of effort from their side to pull you back in, but you should be clear on your decision. It might also be a good idea to keep some close members in loop when you are about to reveal this. If at all you feel that, okay, I wouldn't be able to handle this, or there might be some threat, then it is important to keep some people whom you are comfortable and with whom you feel safe in the loop. The next thing is to cut off. Now, once you have made the decision, stand by that decision, cut off all contacts with this person. Usually we see when, there is a relationship breakup, one, you tend to stalk this person on social media. You would want to know everything that this person is doing because you have shared a fair amount of time and space with this person. You definitely do miss that person, and you would want to know everything that they are doing. Or you would call up common friends and ask, oh, how are they doing, or how is she doing? Please don't engage in such things. Please don't keep to yourself the memories in terms of, okay, so there are people who uh, keep letters, gifts, birthday cards, Valentine's Day cards. Get rid of everything possible. The second is to take charge. Oftentimes in such relationship, people feel a lack of control, that there is no way out, that I can't do anything about it, that it was my decision to be in this relationship with this person. Many a times people would have gone against their family, their friends, and in their effort to keep this relationship, they would have even lost contact with a lot of their close family or friends. And then one feels that there isn't anything that I can do about it. What next? Taking charge, and so one can feel helpless, assuming responsibility, taking charge, and making plans to be independent in terms of financial independence. So making goals, even if that are smaller goals, in terms of financial, emotional, social independence, try and stick to that and concentrate on that. And also engage your support system. So if at all you were cut off from some of your friends or family, try and reestablish these relationships with them. If you already have a good group of support system, then mobilize that support. It's important to remind oneself that you are allowed to walk away from anyone that hurts you. You are allowed to make decisions that ensure your safety. You are allowed to end a relationship that is not healthy. You don't owe an explanation to anyone for choosing yourself over anyone. And most importantly, that you matter. It's important to remember that you don't have to fix anyone. You are not your partner's therapist. That's not your job. You don't need to be guilty. So we are in this culture where, all the time as children, we are told that, okay, you need to think about others before you think about yourself. If at all you think about yourself, then that's very selfish of you. And that creates a culture of dependency in the person who is doing this and fosters entitlement in the other who is receiving. And it's very easy for the other to receive. It's just receive, receive, receive. Don't do anything. It's easy thing to do. Don't feel guilty for walking out of this relationship. You deserve to be treated well. Many a times people feel that, okay, what if, I get somebody who is, at least this person is doing only this much. What if will I get into another relationship at all? Is a daunting question. If at all I get into, what if that person is worse? That person, at least, this guy has some positive aspects. What if I end up with somebody who does not have any? There's this famous idiom, which bullshit, is a known devil is better than an unknown devil. And people go by that. They feel that, it's okay. That, okay, I know at least parts of him. I know how to manage. Let me handle this. Okay, so we have spoken a lot about unhealthy relationship. It is important for us to know what happens in healthy relationships, okay? So healthy relationships is all about, let me just check the time, 5:30, okay. I will take another 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes and quickly end. Okay, so healthy relationship is all about balance. Healthy balance of intimacy, that is closeness, and space. So boundaries are the crux of healthy relationship. Now, what are these boundaries? Boundaries are the limits and rules we set for ourselves in relationship. In simple terms, these are boundaries are an invisible line that define ourselves and our space. It is a sum total of, say, all the yeses and nos that we have said in our during the course of our life. What did we allow? What we didn't allow? So it can be things that we did, things that we let happen to us, right? And so boundaries are not to keep someone out; it is to keep yourself safe. And it marks where you end and where the other begins.
You can reach out to Therapeute with queries related to mental health. And before you go, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our Therapeute channel. Thanks for watching. See you very soon.